Guys. Uh, t- Today's topic is observing the action of the remedy. After a homeopathic prescription has been made, the physician commences to make observations. So, homeopathy is an individualized form of medicine. After you have given a remedy, you still need to individualize the course of treatment based on what the patient is exhibiting. We are turning to Kent again to give us insight on this topic. He says the whole future of the patient may depend upon the conclusions that the physician arrives at from these observations, for his action depends very much upon his observations, and upon his action depends the good of the patient. If he is not conversant with the import of what he sees, he will undertake to do wrong things. He will make wrong prescriptions. He will change his medicines and do the things to the detriment of the patient. There's absolutely but one way, and nothing can take the place of intelligence. So basically, other schools of modern homeopathy, which deviate from classical literature, neglect this principle and just bombard patients with remedies, um, maybe even on a weekly basis. So, uh, or give several remedies at once. Obviously, in both cases, you are not able to observe what is happening to the patient adequately. You need to be observing your patient for several months, or at least 1 month, after you have given a remedy. Otherwise, you are not doing homeopathy. You are practicing nonsense. Um, an example. Let's see. Let's see examples of why you need to observe the reaction. Of course, everybody knows about the aggravation, so it's common knowledge. It's almost a cliche, right? That homeopathic remedies cause a temporary aggravation of symptoms before there is a cure. And so this is like the most basic example of a situation where you need to observe and not do anything, not intervene. Obviously, you need to wait for the aggravation to subside. And if you're not observing the patient, he's still in the aggravation, and you intervene with a remedy, you're going to spoil your case. And that's what many homeopaths are doing, the ones who are giving remedies every week or even every couple days. It's completely crazy. It's complete nonsense. Um, the true homeopathic aggravation, I say, is when the symptoms are worse, but the patient says, I feel better. You need to probe the patient, because if there is an aggravation, if there's a curative aggravation or a healing crisis, the patient will say that in some respects he feels better. He feels like there's something positive happening. Um, so basically, Kent has, in this article, if you are a homeopath or want to study homeopathy, Kent makes 9 or 10 observations in lecture 35, which are frequent reactions observed after giving the remedy. The first one is prolonged aggravation and final decline of the patient. Then we have long aggravation but final and slow improvement. We have no aggravation. We have aggravation with recovery of the patient. We have amelioration first and aggravation second. We have too short relief of symptoms. We have some patients are hysterical and prove every remedy they get. So that means they start showing crazy symptoms of the remedy, any remedy they get. The ninth observation is the action of the medicine upon provers. The 10th observation relates to new symptoms appearing after the remedy. The 11th observation is when old symptoms are observed to reappear, and so on. And so homeopathy is a fluid science. These are principles, but they're not mathematical formulas. Obviously, there are going to be there's going to be symptom patterns that are not mentioned here, and you can use these observations as a foundation to build upon, and then you need to continue to study as you go into practice what is happening, what happens to patients after you prescribe, and then supplement your knowledge of the observations. If your homeopath is not talking about or thinking about these and is giving remedies randomly and just bombarding you with remedies without observing you or analyzing the reaction, he is a fake homeopath, otherwise known as, well, which some people call modern homeopathy, and which is a misdirection. So you might hear the word modern homeopathy, and you know, services like that might be advertised. You can go to a modern homeopath, but it's not homeopathy, right? So these people just give remedies randomly and based on a whim, based on conjecture. They're just throwing remedies at you, not even observing the action of the remedies. So if you want to do a classical homeopathic consultation, you can get in touch with me. You can find my contact details in my channel description.